Hello everyone. Today we are going to look at what are the scenarios in SAP IBP. So we see an option called scenario tab. So what we can do is we can click on create a new scenario, and then today is 13th of May, so we can say test scenario 13 May. But it is better to give it a name so that we can understand what a scenario is about, what that particular scenario is about, right? So basically, a scenario is an exact replica of the baseline with the same key figure and master data values, but we want to experiment with the jobs, the cleansing jobs, the forecasting algorithms, and see that the change of any of these on the existing data, how much the change is affecting values. So we'll see what I'm talking about. So let's give it a name. Proper name is like 6 month moving average testing or something like that. Right? So what we want to intend to do is in this example is to test that if I run the 3 months, which I usually run on the baseline version against 6 months in a scenario, what is the impact of the accuracy of using a 6 months moving average as against 3 months every moving average that we usually run on the baseline. We can give a description that testing the effect of 6 month moving average, right? And we click on OK. So we got into the scenario of that that particular scenario that we created. So let's bring the baseline data as well. So what we do is workbook settings. We get the baseline and the scenario data, right? So to see that the actuals data that we have from September. So let's load the data from September. So what we see is that we have the data, the same data of this in both the scenario, the baseline and the scenario that we created. We don't have any statistical forecast generated for the future months, right? And so we should usually see when we run the algorithms that the stat forecast should be generated. And we also have brought in this accuracy key figure so that we can understand that what is the impact of those algorithms on the data, right? So what we do is, or maybe we can also change the data if we want to see the impact of the same algorithm on a more aggressive sales history, right? So it's our choice of what type of experiment we want to perform. So here we are trying to perform or compare between running a particular algorithm on the same data as against a different algorithm to see the impact of that change. Because a lot of times what we need to do is to experiment with different parameters of the algorithms to check if there is, like, suppose there is a exponential single or double exponential smoothing algorithm, and we want to experiment with the alpha values, the beta values, and we don't know which exact hyperparameter will give us a better result. So we can leverage the scenario to test which are the ones in our design of experiments, which are the values that actually giving us the better result. So let's come back to our experiment. So what we see over here is that the forecast accuracy key figure also is not yet updated because there is no statistical forecast quantity that is generated. So let us now run the forecast algorithm. So what we do is we go to statistical forecasting and run. So I choose the one that is this algorithm, which is actually running the moving average on 3 months data. So I am running the 3 months moving average on the baseline version for this product. Right? Run it. We will also see what are the algorithms. So this algorithm that we just ran is taking this key figure that we have in our report right? So this key figure it is taking as an input, and then it is storing the output of the forecast run in this key figure. We see that it is taking the last 3 months data. So this is the algorithm we are running on the baseline version. So we should see after this run is complete that there is some stat forecast generated. Let's refresh the data, and we should see some data if the job has finished, right? So this job has finished. Now let's run the stat forecast on the 6-month moving average, right? And what algorithm should we choose? We should choose this SMA on this particular scenario. We should see this SMA, what this algorithm is. We see that it is the same, but its number of periods to consider is the last 6 months sales history. So now let's see, go to the data. So the run has finished, we'll refresh. So now we see that for 6 months and 3 months, there are different results that has come, right? So for, let me buy the product ID here. So the baseline, what we ran the algorithm of 3 months moving average. So let's see what is the forecast that has generated for the baseline. So last 3 months moving average is 612. So we see in the baseline that it is given that. Then we will see 688. So this is the one that we see. And then this too, we see 767. So that's what we see. On the contrary, the algorithm that we ran on the 6 months testing scenario is 6 months. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 855. So this is what we see. Then with this and this, we see that the average is 775. And the last verification that we will do. So this is 654. So that's what it has generated in the 6 months moving average testing. So that now we see that for the accuracy that has been generated also in these two different scenario. So in the baseline, which is 3 months, it seems that for the near-term forecast, it is better. And the 6 months moving average is better in the long-term forecast. So this gives us a leverage to take a decision of which type of algorithm should we choose. This is a use case for scenario. Why should we use scenario? Thank you.